Hello, everyone. Welcome back for this pick a card reading topic. We're going to ask, is your future spouse going to be a loyal, faithful, or devoted partner? Let's find out. So we have here 3 crystal bracelets, and I will show it to you one by one. Let's begin with group number 1. So this is a golden rhodonite crystal bracelet. Okay, there you go. That's for group 1. For group number 2, we have Unakite crystal bracelet. Alrighty. And then for pile number 3, we have here pink Thulite. Alrighty. There you go. Those are the 3 crystal bracelets that you can choose from. Take your time in selecting, and as always, I'll see you on your reading. Welcome to your reading group number 1. If you chose this really beautiful golden rhodonite, then you're in the right place. Let's find out. Is your future spouse going to be a devoted or loyal partner? Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective who chose group number 1. Ooh, okay, what is this? Temperance. Page of Cups. Strength. Six of Wands. You got here 7 of Wands. And you got Knight of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have here 8 of Pentacles. All right. Let's actually start off with signs. Well, definitely I'm seeing here a lot of fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, especially Leo and Sag. And then I'm seeing here water signs too, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. And then we have air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So to the question, is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, or devoted partner? I'm definitely picking up that so far on the first spread, that is still leaning towards yes, okay? For some of you guys, they're really going to be so straightforward with you. Okay, they're really going to be so open and honest. And then when I actually saw the 6 of Wands, what I actually heard from Spirit is that for some of you, you might be marrying a future spouse who's really popular or who's really attractive. That's really what I got. And so maybe that's why some of you might be kind of like a little bit suspicious at times that there are men or women flirting with their future spouse. All right, I'm even drawn to this Page of Cups. Look at that. There's a guy sitting on his table, and there's actually a couple kissing outside of the window, all right? But I'm not picking up that your future spouse so far is a cheater or somebody's not going to be so loyal towards you. In fact, with the Strength card, what I actually heard from Spirit is that they're really going to be controlling themselves, all right? Even if there are temptations, because let's just face it, especially if this is actually a guy, men are born to be really visual, right? And so it's only natural for men to appreciate a woman's beauty, okay? Or if they find someone very attractive. But I'm more of like hearing with the strength card over here that your future spouse knows how to control. That's more of like what I got, okay? And I'm also hearing as well that, yeah, with the Temperance card, even though you might be opposite from each other or you could be different in some ways, I feel that, yeah, you and your future spouse can still mesh well, or you can actually sort out those differences. Um, but I'm just really getting here that, yeah, they're also going to be so protective of you. That's how they're also going to be showing their devotion or dedication towards you. The fact that they're really going to be so protective of you in the connection. But in terms of fidelity or loyalty, I'm just getting here so far that they know how to control themselves, even if there would be temptations, okay? Especially, they're showing me here that your future spouse is somebody's really, either quite popular or gets a lot of attention naturally from people. They're magnetic, okay? All right, so let's move on to the next set of cards. Is your future spouse a loyal or devoted partner? A faithful one? Oh, wow, look at that. You got the true love. Then you got opportunity beckons. Okay. Let's get one more. And then you got fragmented energy. I'm sharing two messages, especially with these two cards, okay? But this is a great sign. I tell you that, especially it's supported by this true love card. So this is a clear sign from Spirit that your future spouse would be seeing you as their true love, or that their love for you is really genuine, okay? And what I actually got when I saw this opportunity beckons card is that even though they might be getting a lot of offers or temptation, okay, they won't be paying attention to it. Because in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, it shows a guy and there's an offer, but he's not looking into it. He's not interested. So this is a clear sign that your future spouse, given that they would be experiencing some temptations, or there would be temptations, they know how to control themselves, just like what I said. They're not really going to be giving so much focus into it, okay? They would be distracting themselves. That's also what I heard when I saw this fragmented energy card. But I'm also hearing another message. Somebody's watching this pile number 1. Since your future spouse, and again, this is not for all of you because it's a general reading, since your future spouse is somebody who can be also quiet, or they may not be the expressive type, you might actually feel a little bit suspicious, that they're hiding something or they're not opening up about something, okay? But so far, I'm not really sensing, group number 1, that your future spouse is a cheater in terms of loyalty or fidelity, okay? I'm not really getting that. You know me, I don't sugarcoat things. I'm very straightforward with my readings, okay? So, yeah, let's move on to the next. I'm hearing the name Belinda. Belinda. Oops, this one got mixed up. Hold up, you guys. Okay, the Oracle's Gift. Vacation. Okay. And then you got action. All right. This is really nice. Another sign that your future spouse is indeed going to be so loyal or faithful towards you. And I'll tell you why. I'm getting here that even if for some of you, your future spouse needed to be away because you got the vacation card, so not necessarily having a vacation, but traveling, maybe for work or what, or every time they are away, all right, they would be letting you know. You can feel assured or secure that they're not doing anything behind your back while they're actually away. Because I'm drawn to this image of the tea, all right? And tea gives that very relaxing, soothing feeling or comfort. So that's how you're going to be feeling. That even if they're actually away, you're not going to suspect that they're doing something behind your back or cheating behind your back. And then you got the action. This is describing your future spouse. They're the type of individuals in which, before they actually do something, they would examine it carefully. This is not the type of person who's just going to be openly flirting with anybody, not knowing the repercussions of their actions, okay? So they think before they leap or before they do something because they're very much aware of the consequences of their actions, okay? Alrighty. Let's see what else. Spirit is also saying that they know if they do, something really sneaky or bad, all right, their life is going to be filled with so much regret, okay, because they're seeing you as their true love. They know as well that you are a rare kind. What else? Is your future spouse going to be a loyal or devoted partner, group number 1? Okay, you have, wow, compassion. So they're very compassionate towards you. You have material and spiritual prosperity. Both of you are. Okay. Now, this is nice. With these two cards, it's basically just describing that both of you are going to be loyal and devoted partners towards each other. Okay? There's that equal balance or giving and receiving. And that's nice. And I'm getting here too that your future spouse, even though they may be surrounded with so many people, because that's what I got at the very start of the reading, okay? They're just doing it because of work. Or that they're naturally kind and very compassionate. But it's not to say that they're doing something sneaky, okay? Like secretly flirting with one of those people that, for instance, they're working with or what. Yeah, that's what I got. But a lot of you chose this pile. You are going to be marrying a person who's just naturally compassionate, very dependable, reliable, or very generous as well. Yeah. And somebody who's going to be bringing you balance in your relationship, okay? And both of you are really going to be loyal. That's what they're saying. Okay, let's pull up 3 cards from this deck now. Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? Oh my gosh, you saw me shuffle. You saw me shuffle as always. What does it say? Loyalty. Commitment. Game over, you guys. All right. So shall we move to the next group now? I mean, come on. See, I told you. I'm not really picking up that your future spouse is somebody who loves to flirt with several people, all right? Or who is a cheater, okay? They're really going to be so loyal towards you and to your future children if you would be having a family of your own, all right? And yeah, it says trust. So one of the foundations in your connection as well, and so for the both of you is what I'm hearing from Spirit, it's trust, okay? And that's very important in any form of relationship, okay? They're also very affectionate. They're very committed towards you. Oh, wow. How beautiful is this? My gosh. What else? Let's pull up 2 more. Oh my gosh. I love this. I freaking love this. This is what makes a successful marriage. I tell you, group number one. Yeah. The recipes for a successful marriage is actually really present here for you. I tell you that. There's trust, okay? On top of that, the both of you are really going to be working together as one. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? And that's why I got this crew card. Wow. You're really alliances, you know, or each other's allies. Wow. What is this? Okay. Then you got the cabin. So with the cabin, here's what I actually heard. Well, one, they know how to disengage. That's what I got. Remember the Four of Cups? So even if there are people trying to flirt with them, because I'm really picking up where a lot of you chose this pile, your future spouse is attractive, okay? Or quite popular. And so maybe that's why some of you might get a bit jealous or suspicious. But they know how to disengage. Because again, with the action card, before they do something, they're really going to be thinking things through or really analyzing it, okay? Because they are aware of the repercussions, okay? So they know how to disconnect or to disengage themselves and, yeah, in any sort of temptation, okay? And I'm also getting here as well that with the cabin card, not for all of you, but somebody would be marrying a partner in which both of you are not together all the time. Because you got the vacation card, okay? So, for instance, maybe your future spouse is working for the military, okay? So, even if there's distance or the both of you are not seeing each other every single day, all right? Yeah, both of you are going to be a little bit lonely or what because you're missing each other. But with all of these cards over here, this is a clear sign that they're really going to be so loyal or devoted towards you. Despite of the separation, because this cabin card can also talk about separation, okay? You're still working together as one with a crew card over here. All right, let's see. What else? Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? Oh, you got reconciliation. They would always find themselves coming back to you, okay? Yeah, let's see. But this can also be a sign, because you got the kindred spirits and soul tribe, that this is a person from your past life. So only take what applies. Not necessarily you would be separating and then coming back together again. But it can be the case for others of you. Yeah, because you got leaving, right? Oh my gosh, I have to cover that. Ooh. You know, YouTube, right? Let's see, what else? Benefit of the doubt. See? Oh my gosh. That's why, even though there would be instances in which there's going to be doubt, or one of you might actually feel a little bit suspicious of the other, especially in your case, because this is about your future spouse anyway. So let's just say, even if you would be a little bit suspicious at times, I feel that you would still give them the benefit of the doubt, all right? So for instance, every time they leave, because you got the leaving card, all right? Either they have to be away for work or going somewhere else. I'm getting here that since there's trust in your connection, because you got that with a family card, right? It says trust. There you go. I feel that you are willing to give them a benefit of a doubt. And even if there would be instances in which you would be fighting over it, okay, because I'm hearing that right now, like you got jealous or what, the both of you would find a way to get back together, all right? Because again, I see here that both of you are really going to be so committed to make things work. So I won't be surprised if the both of you would still really end up forever, all right, on this lifetime. But what I actually got is that even if you guys might actually have a temporary separation, let's just say, because you got the separation card, you would reconcile, okay, and be willing to forgive each other. But so far, with all of the cards that I pulled up, I'm not yet picking up that this is actually a serial cheater or what, or somebody who likes to flirt with so many people. Nope. I'm more of like getting that yeah, maybe there would be instances in your connection where one of you just might get suspicious, but not necessarily that they're indeed doing something behind your back, okay? So, yeah. All right, let's try to pull up more. What else? What is this? House, okay. Aid. There you go. See, I knew it. That's why I got the compassion card. Oh my gosh, group number 1. Somebody would resonate with us. Your future spouse is naturally compassionate and is a person who loves to help. No wonder you got the 6 of Wands. And the Rider-Waite, it shows a lot of people cheering on this guy and the horse, which is a sign that they are very, very popular, or they're well admired by so many people. It could be because of the work that they do, where they're surrounded with so many people and people respect your future spouse, or they come towards your future spouse for any sort of help, okay? And this might leave some of you feeling a little bit suspicious, all right? That, oh, maybe, yeah, he or she is actually, talking to this person behind my back or what. Yeah, but your person or your future spouse is naturally a kind one, very compassionate, especially with this aid card. They love to help. Wow, it says kindness. And with a house, this is a sign that your relationship is still going to be very stable. Okay? No wonder you got the family card, because they're all about that. They wanted something that is stable. They're very committed towards you, devoted towards you. Family is going to be so important to your future spouse. Okay? Especially if you would have future children too. Okay, let's see. What else? Is your future spouse a loyal, devoted partner? Adjacent possibilities. Okay. Hold up, you guys. Let me just... yeah, get this deck. Change. Okay. And action. Wow, you got 2 action cards. Well. Okay. Alrighty. So here's what I'm hearing based on these 3 cards. Well, one, this person, since we've seen the family card, which is one of the biggest confirmation that they're going to be so loyal towards you. You even got the keyword loyalty, right? They're not really, eager or kind of like interested to look for other options, okay? And I even heard with this change card that their love for you is never going to be changing, okay? This is not a person who gets easily swayed, all right? That's a sign of devotion. That's a sign of dedication. They're really fixated towards you. And again, with the action card, just like what I heard earlier with the first action card that you got, your future spouse is aware that if they actually do something, it would change the course of things. There would be repercussions, okay? There would be consequences. If I do this, this is what's going to happen now, all right? So they're aware of that. And so before they actually decide or do something, they know within themselves that they have to carefully examine it first. There you go. I love the synchronicity for your reading as well, group number 1. Let's flip more. Is your future spouse a loyal or devoted partner? Okay, leadership. Well, yeah, your future spouse is a natural born leader, I must say. The fact that you got the 6 of Wands, where they're looked upon by so many people, wow, yeah. And then you got movement. Okay. They're always on the go. So somebody who's really watching this pile, or pile number 1, you would be marrying a person who's probably always away. Okay, because you got a lot of cards around travel, where somebody's always away all the time. That's why I gave that example of, for instance, maybe some of you might marry a person who's working for the military, all right? So you guys are not together all the time. But like what I said, even though you guys are away from each other, you can feel assured or secure that they're not doing anything behind your back, okay? Because you are going to be their priority. I tell you, group number one, you're going to be marrying a person who's responsible. The fact that they have leadership skills as well, or they're a natural leader. And again, they're aware of repercussions, okay? This is a mature person for sure. And then I heard another message based on these two cards, by the way. Some of you might actually, marry a person who's a freedom-loving individual. Somebody who still enjoys their solitude or time alone. Look at this polar bear, or a lone polar bear, all right? And it doesn't happen to everybody, but there are some people in which, even if they're already married, they wanted their space, okay? They wanted their time alone. But even if that's the case for some of you, like what I said, I feel that your future spouse is not necessarily doing something behind your back, like meeting up with another girl or guy, but they just really enjoy their space or their freedom at times, okay? And I feel this is something that both of you are really going to be talking about. And again, you got the benefit of a doubt. So even if they're away or going somewhere, since there's trust in your partnership or relationship, you know that your future spouse is somebody who's not going to be doing something sneaky behind your back, okay? So yeah. All right, let's try to pull up more. What else? Is your future spouse a loyal or devoted partner? Oh my gosh. Beautiful card to get. You got the tree card. And this is a card that talks about growth, okay? Stability as well, right? Because even if the winds are so strong or there are storms in your connection, its roots are firmly planted in the ground, which is a sign that this is a very strong marriage or a marital connection. And both of you are growing, okay? Both of you are growing. And I'm also picking up very strongly as well that, again, with this single tree, which is at the middle of the lake, there's really something about freedom. Like, they enjoy their solitude. So somebody would resonate with that. But it's not to say that they're really cheating you or they're actually, doing something behind your back, or they're meeting up with someone or flirting with someone. This is a person who may also enjoy their freedom still, even if you guys are already married, okay? I'm also hearing that somebody, okay, Spirit, all right, thank you. So, not for all of you, but I'm hearing right now, somebody's watching pile number one of your biggest challenge in terms of jealousy, fidelity. But like what I said, I'm not picking up that your future spouse is really cheating on you or will be cheating on you, but there could be an ex coming back. Yeah, I heard that, okay? Okay. So this could trigger some sort of some jealousy. Not necessarily this ex is really coming back to snatch your person away from you, but it could just be that they would, cross paths again or what. I'm hearing that very strongly. That was so specific. But it's not to say that they're really going to be, getting back with their ex. But this is a challenge that both of you would be able to resolve anyway. Okay, that's what I heard from Spirit. Yeah, I don't know what's that for, but I heard something from the past, okay? Might actually cause some sort of a conflict in a way. All right, anyway, let's try to pull up more. Oh, yes. Look at that. The star, Aquarius. Okay, no wonder. No wonder, you guys. I know a lot of Aquarius, okay? Even my guy best friend from Oklahoma, hello, Benny, okay, if you're watching, is an Aquarius. And I notice with Aquarius, they really do enjoy their freedom. And everybody's their friend, by the way. Yeah. I remember I also know someone who married an Aquarius and she cannot understand her husband because her husband is friends to everybody. Okay. Um, and at the same time, her husband wanted to be away, and she's like, where are you going? Okay. I mean, we're married already. Where are you going? And so her husband's like, oh, I just wanted to go outdoors or camping, and she's like, why don't you take me with you? All right. So yeah, again, it doesn't happen for everybody. Not all Aquarius or Aquarius people are like that, or Aquarians. But yeah, some of them are. All right. So to see the star card Aquarius, wow. Okay. Anyway, with a star card, yeah, I'm picking up that they could be very popular. Because remember, that's what I said. With a Six of Wands, and they get a lot of compliments, right? A lot of attention from people, regardless whether they have Aquarius in their chart or not. But like what I said, this might trigger some jealousy, okay? But I tell you, group number one, I'm really getting here, especially the star card and the aid card earlier, that your future spouse is just somebody who's a humanitarian by heart. They're very kind, loving, nurturing people. They always like to help. That's what I got to, okay? And that's why people admire your future spouse. Okay, alrighty. Let's pull up another card. What is this? Ooh, passion. So, you know what I heard when I saw this passion card in the sparklers? The spark never dies in your connection. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, it never dies. That's what they're saying. Both of you have a strong burning desire for each other. Yeah. So this is a very beautiful card to get. Okay. Both of you are really going to be passionate towards each other and coming up with ways on how to spice up the marriage, all right? Or to keep the spark going as well, or the fire burning. All right. What else? Oh, you got a third party. And again, don't be scared because he saw the third party. All right. Like what I heard earlier, the third party could be work. All right. Or the third party could be it's because of they're dealing with so many people. All right. Or the third party could also be a person from the past coming back for someone out there. All right. So yeah, again, third party is not necessarily a sign that they're cheating on you, okay? Because so far with all the surrounding cards, and you know me, I would give it to you straight. I'm not sensing really that they're really the type who are actually cheaters, okay? In fact, if you can still remember group number one, where is that card? Yeah, there you go. You got the family card, all right? And it says loyalty. Oh my gosh, fidelity, right? And yeah, this is your true love, or you are their true love as well. But there could be a third party involved here, which could be work, all right, or something else, which might trigger some jealousy. Okay, let's get another card here. Transparency. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. I love this. So it says here, maintain transparency. Let sincerity shine through every conversation. So for a lot of you, your future spouse is going to be so transparent with you. Okay? They're really going to be so open and honest with you for a lot of you. Now, this is a challenge because, again, it's still a general reading. Okay, maybe your future spouse, just like what I heard earlier with the Four of Cups, they may be the type who doesn't open up that much, or you might actually feel a little bit suspicious that they're hiding something. This is something that the both of you needed to resolve, all right, to promote transparency in your connection. But for a lot of you, I tell you, your future spouse is really going to be so open and transparent with you, especially if they're leaving. Like, hey, I'm just going to be at my friend's house or what, or I'm just going to join a party for a little bit, things like that. So they would let you know. They're really going to be so straightforward with you. So let's see. What else would you like about your future spouse now that we are aware that Yeah, they're really going to be so devoted, faithful, or loyal towards you, right? Let's see, what else would you like about your future spouse? I wanted to pull up at least 6 here. 6 cards. What is this? Witty? So they're witty. Oh, the both of you share a telepathic connection. Nice. What else would you like about them? What is this? Oh, you would love their hips, especially if this is a woman. Oh my gosh. You saw me shuffle, right? I mean, come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. What the freak, man? Need I say more? So, do you believe me now? Group number 1. I cannot make this up, all right? I cannot make this up. You've seen the family card that says loyalty and fidelity. So, yeah, there you go. They're really going to be so loyal towards you. They're also very strong. Well, you got the strength card earlier, right? Wow. Wow. You got it twice. Yeah. That's what you would love about your future spouse. They're very strong. They're great leaders. And again, when I saw the strength card earlier, I keep on hearing the word resistance. You know, even if there's temptation, they would resist it. They know how to control themselves. Let's get one more. Ooh. Okay, we'll just... Oh my gosh, I feel like getting this. But yeah, this is just a bonus for you guys because I'm supposed to just pull up 6. But yeah, they love your eyes, by the way. But trustworthy. I mean, come on. Oh my gosh. This is what you would love about them, okay? That they're very trustworthy. And they love your eyes, by the way, okay? Now, let's get a message for you before we end this reading using the soulmate deck. Okay? I mean, come on. Loyal and then trustworthy. I cannot make that up. Oh, you got 2. Interesting. Okay. First message is this. It says, love is the expression of God or goddess flowing through you. Love is a sacred union, a great creative power which, through the merging of 2 souls, becomes an exploration of the divine. And then, your other message is this. Your smile illuminates my soul. It just makes me feel whole. There's no part of me that your love cannot fill. From the first moment we met, I am forever grateful, and I count my blessings each day. Beloved Jewel. So regardless whether you've already met your future spouse, or this is their message for you right now, already, as early as now, they're giving you this message. Whoa, you are definitely a blessing for your future spouse. Beautiful, right? I so love this reading so much. I hope you enjoyed this as well. Okay? And as usual, I'll be seeing you again next week. Bye, guys. Love and light. Hey there, pile number 2 or group number 2. If you chose Unakite crystal bracelet, then you are in the right place. Let's go ahead and find out. Is your future spouse going to be a loyal, faithful, or devoted partner? Let's see. Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective we chose pile number 2. Page of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Ah, 6 of Cups. Beautiful. Ace of Wands. Wow, I tell you, group number 2, your future spouse is so thoughtful. They are very thoughtful. And very sentimental. I'm really getting that energy. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And, you got Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck. Okay, you got Five of Wands. All right. Okay, so here's what I'm saying, pile number 2. First, let's start off with signs, because some of you wanted to hear the signs. But definitely there's a lot of Earth here. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And then we also have here fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. Is your future spouse going to be a loyal, devoted partner towards you? For a lot of you, it's a yes. It is a yes, okay? And I'll tell you why. You got the Queen of Pentacles, by the way. So for a lot of you, this is actually the viewer. All right, you are really going to be their spouse, and they're really just going to be looking at you as their one and only is actually what I heard, okay? So this is a sign of devotion as well, or dedication, that you would always be their only spouse and the only person that they really wanted to invest their time, energy, money, everything. That's really what I got. So this is a clear sign for sure that they're really going to be so devoted towards you or dedicated towards you. I'm also getting here that your future spouse is really very, very thoughtful, okay? I really got that. Somebody's very sweet or very thoughtful. This is a person who really pays attention to the tiniest details, the things that you like and do not like, okay? I'm also getting that. Plus, your future spouse is also going to be so protective of you as well, and the connection too, okay? But there are a few of you in which your future spouse is somebody who's a bit guarded, okay? Or a bit secretive, which is why some of you is really dying to know, like, okay, what is going on here? Fill me in, because you're not telling me. I'm hearing somebody saying that. I'm even drawn to this Five of Wands, okay? Who are you with? Because we see here a guy watching, and there's a couple kissing at the window. But I'm not yet picking up so far that they are cheating on you. For a lot of you chose this pile as well. But there could be also suspicions, okay? And that's because some of you might actually marry a person who's not very open, okay? Or they're actually not the expressive type. And this might cause you to think or wonder, all right? Like you really wanted to find out what's going on. But so far, I'm really picking up that, yeah, there's a lot of passion in this connection. And at the same time, like what I said, your future spouse is somebody who's very nurturing and would really want to take good care of you. Look at this guy, right? He's nursing her or checking up on her. That's why I really got something about being sweet, being very thoughtful, okay? So far, I'm not yet sensing, you know me, I don't sugarcoat things. I would tell you if your future spouse is a bit of a flirt or somebody who likes to openly flirt with just anybody or what. But so far, I'm not getting that, okay? Let's try to pull it more. Is your future spouse a loyal, devoted, faithful partner? Fun times. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. There's really a lot of passion in your connection, pile number 2. Yeah, you are counterparts. You know what? That's what I heard when I saw this Temperance card. And there's actually a man and a woman, and their faces are joined together. So yeah, you guys are counterparts, and with a balance as well. What I actually heard from Spirit is that both of you are also going to be so loyal or devoted towards each other. The both of you would really enjoy a lot of time together, or spending quality and fun times together. And yeah, I'm also seeing here that both of you have strong passion or fire in your connection for sure. But in terms of, are they loyal or are they going to be really faithful towards you? Again, like what I said, I feel that your future spouse is just like you, okay? Both of you are. I'm hearing that with this balance card over here. And I feel as well that your future spouse is really going to be so patient as well towards you, or you're also going to be the one who's going to be exercising that, exercising patience in the connection. But so far, like what I said, group number 2, I'm not yet picking up that there are signs in which your future spouse is the cheating type, okay? I will tell you, you know me. I will give it to you straight. So let's see, what else? But they're very charismatic is what I heard, okay? Okay, got the transformation. Is your future spouse a loyal, devoted partner? Feeling the world, okay. And then he got challenges. Oh, okay. Alrighty. So like what I always say in my readings, because I'm a very straightforward type of a reader, I'm not just going to tell you the things you wanted to hear. Otherwise, that's not a reading, right? So we have to be very open-minded and realistic. So like what I always say, there's no such thing as a perfect marriage or relationship. Yes, there would be storms in your connection, especially now that we're seeing the challenges card, right? And part of the challenge in your connection, what Spirit is actually saying is that one of you, or this could be you, who might suspect that, oh, maybe my future spouse is actually cheating or is trying to flirt with another person. And that's because of, you would notice that there would be changes. Like there's lack of passion is more of like what I'm hearing. Okay? Because you got the feeling the world. And what I actually heard is that you might kind of like be sensing that they're not as passionate towards you as before. All right? So this is part of the challenge in your connection. But so far, like what I said over and over, I'm not necessarily sensing that even if there's actually a lack of passion that's going to be happening in your connection, that's normal, by the way, that they're really cheating, okay? But this is something that the both of you needed to resolve or to work out on to keep the fire burning, okay? And then I'm also getting here as well with the challenges card that, like what I said earlier, for some of you might marry somebody who's a bit guarded, okay? So something around feelings, okay? They're not very open or what. So, but you and your future spouse really needed to talk things through or to be transparent with each other. And same thing, this is what I said in almost of my readings, that communication is really important in any type of relationship, because it's one of the, relationship killers, which is lack of communication. And if there's going to be distance between the both of you, because I'm drawn to the image of the world or the globe, this could be the challenge, all right? For instance, they have to be away all the time, okay? And so this might cause the both of you, especially the viewer, to kind of like think, okay, since I'm not seeing them every single day, what are they doing behind my back, okay? Yeah, that's what I actually got. But so far, like what I said, I'm not yet picking up that they're the cheating type so far, okay? Or the type who really likes to just really flirt, okay, with anybody else. Let's see, what else? Let's pull up this card. Is your future spouse a loyal or devoted partner? Okay. Yeah, there could be habits where it's quite unhealthy. Okay, not necessarily that they're cheating, okay, but yes, Spirit is actually showing me here with the Death card that maybe your future spouse may have an unhealthy habit that they really needed to let go of, okay? And I feel it had something to do with them neglecting their emotional and physical health, all right? That could be it for some of you, not necessarily that there are major red flags. Another message that's coming through with a flying or falling card is that your future spouse is really somebody who's not going to be doing something or taking a risk without really thinking about it, okay? Because they know if they do that, that's what I heard right now. If they do that, let's just say if they tried to attempt to cheat on you, they know it's going to be over for good with a death card. That's what I heard with these two cards as well. So just like for group number one, because I got that message somewhere in your reading, I'm getting that again right now, in which your future spouse is somebody who's not really the type is going to be doing something without really thinking about it, okay? They know that there would be, yeah, repercussions as well, or risk if they ever do that towards you. Especially they know that it's going to be the end of everything. That's what I got to. But for some of you, you might be dealing with a future spouse, or your future spouse is somebody who's emotionally disconnected as well, or is not really open, because that's what I got over and over. So this is my powerful confirmation. And this is something that the both of you needed to resolve or work out on. Let's see what else. That's part of the challenge. Okay, you got the nature. Well, Spirit is actually saying, one, it is their nature, okay? And what do I mean by that? For instance, that example of them being a little bit, yeah, close off at times, or they're not very expressive. They have the tendency to be a little bit secretive. But again, it's not to say that they are openly, you know, cheating on you, or they're secretly rather cheating on you. But it is actually their nature, is more of like what I heard. And sometimes it's really hard, you know, to change a person. And it's not right to change a person just because of, yeah, you can actually give advice, but it is their own responsibility to change their toxic behavior or anything that is actually unhealthy for them, right? So, yeah, I'm getting here that maybe it's going to be a little bit difficult for some of you, especially, for instance, if they're the type who's not really very expressive or open, which might lead you to suspect sometimes, okay? Or to be suspicious at times. That's more of like what I'm hearing. And also with a nature card, what I heard from Spirit, and again, I got this for group number one, in which your person is probably somebody who likes enjoying some time alone for themselves, all right, going out, because you also got something about leaving earlier. So, yeah, maybe this is actually a person's very freedom loving, because this flying or falling card is a freedom card as well, all right? So maybe that's why some of you might actually suspect that, okay, maybe they're actually trying to meet up with someone behind my back, or what. They told me they're just going to go camping with their friends, or even if they're just, you know, going to be going out alone. But you might be suspecting that they're actually just basically meeting up with another person, or another woman or a guy. So, yeah, I'm getting something about being very freedom loving, which is something that I also got for pile number one, all right? And I'm getting that here again, okay? That's why I got the nature card and this flying and falling card. Okay, let's try to pull up more. What else? Is your future spouse a loyal or devoted partner? See? I cannot make this up. You got the Nine of Cups. So this is a very beautiful sign that you are going to be their wish fulfillment, but most especially it's also for you, the viewer. This is your dream come true, okay? Majority of the qualities that they possess, or the traits that they possess, is something that you're really looking for in a lifetime partner, okay? Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, like what I said, I'm not yet picking up that they're really the cheating type. I'd tell you, okay? Don't worry, I tell you. Let's see. Let's get 3 cards from this deck. Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? Okay, yeah. Group 1 got this card. So there's something about being separated at times. And they really enjoy, there's something about solitude, really. That's why I said I got that message for pile number one. Oh my gosh. And he got this card too. They got this card. So for some of you, you could be marrying a person who's a bit of a loner or they enjoy their freedom. It happens. Not for everybody, of course, but it's actually something that is not kind of like impossible to happen. In fact, I know a lot of people in which they married somebody who's kind of like a loner or who still enjoys, spending some time alone. Okay. But what's important is really communication. Okay. Especially if you already know each other's, personality or behavior. And there should be trust, of course. But I'm getting here as well that with this cabin card, your person, some of you, not all of you, could be a little bit emotionally disconnected because you got that message with a death card. What the freak? So yeah, this is part of the challenge, okay? And like what I said, this might lead some of you to suspect that, oh, they're hiding something from me. They're not telling me what's going on. They're keeping some things to themselves because this is also a card that talks about a person who's a bit close off. Okay, so that's why I said something about communication is the key, all right? Because lack of communication is the, relationship killer based on studies, okay? It's not the distance or what, it's lack of communication. All right, let's see what else. So for some of you, they wanted to detach at times, okay? That's why I said something about freedom loving. Ooh, what is this? Oh, okay. Fork Road. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. They really do enjoy solitude. Oh, my gosh. What the freak. So, not for all of you, but somebody who chose this pile would resonate, okay? Most especially if you already know who your future spouse is. Like what I said, I'm really getting here, and it says time alone. I cannot make this up. You saw me shuffle, right? Time alone. There you go. Again, not for all of you, but somebody's watching this pile number two. Your future spouse is really, the type who likes to spend some time alone. It's not to say that they really don't want your company. In fact, you got the fun times. They enjoy being with you. But they just really wanted to break away from the crowd, or they just really wanted to spend some time with themselves. I know a lot of people is doing that, okay? It also became an issue in their marriage. I tell you that. This is based on true and really real story, in which I know somebody's like that. And at first, it's a challenge for them because her spouse could not understand why she needed to be alone or why she wanted to be away on her own. But of course, through communication and compromise and understanding, this has helped them to, really find a middle ground, or at least to understand where the other person's coming from. Okay, so I'm getting that here. Not for all of you, but somebody would marry a spouse or a future spouse who really enjoys their time alone. Okay, I said this for group number one. In fact, the example that I gave, I know this person who married an Aquarius. And Aquarius people, they really do love their freedom, okay? They enjoy their freedom. And a lot of them, not all Aquarius are like that, but a lot of them, they really wanted to even travel alone by themselves or just go camping by themselves, without bringing their spouse or their, loved ones with them. But it's just them wanting to, enjoy their time by themselves, And at first, it was a challenge for this married couple that I know. So, I'm getting something similar here, all right, for others of you. But I'm also getting here, too, that your future spouse with a fork road, I'm more of like hearing that, they're really going to be careful with their decision. There's really something about decision, all right? Because they know, just like for group number one, if they do this, this is going to be the consequences. Either it's really going to be the complete ending. Okay, no second chances is what I actually heard. So maybe this is actually going to be what you and your future spouse are going to be talking about. Like, what are the negotiables and non-negotiable? All right, I'm hearing that right now from Spirit. Like, if ever I caught you cheating, that's it. No second chances. I'm hearing somebody saying that. Okay, so that's why they know that they have to be careful with their choices or their decisions as well. Okay, but for some of you, maybe this person is somebody who just really enjoys solitude, just like what I said with the time alone too, which is my powerful confirmation, or somebody who just wanted to take a break. Okay, but not necessarily that they're doing something behind your back. All right, let's try to pull up more. Wow. Some of the messages are quite similar for group number 1. What else? Ah, yeah, you got forgiving and learning. So this is actually nice because the both of you are able to forgive. Because again, there's no such thing as a super perfect marriage. You and your future spouse would encounter challenges in your connection. There would be fights, yes. But the fact that both of you are willing to forgive and heal the connection, that's a sign that they're very committed towards you. And even if it's actually you or your future spouse may have been hurt by something that you did or say, they're willing to forgive as well or to release it. Okay? So again, that's a sign of devotion. That's a sign of commitment, or a person is very committed to the connection. Okay? Because they're not the type that's just going to be easily giving up on you. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. This came out in reverse. So for a lot of you, group number 2, this is a person who's not wanting to leave you behind. Okay? And they know that if they took that risk, it's going to be over because you got the death card. So yeah. So even if they're tempted at times or what, they know that if they ever take that risk, it will be, yeah, the ending for the both of you. And they don't want to be apart from you. That's why you also got something about separation. They really don't want to be apart from you. And it's hard for them to really leave you behind or to move on from you, okay? Because they know that you are their counterpart, okay? That you are the person for them. Remember the Queen of Pentacles? They would always see you as their one and only. That's what I heard from Spirit. Okay, what else? Yeah, journey. I knew it. So again, there could be travel, really. Interesting. So even if this person is away, okay, or going somewhere, whether it's for work or what, I'm really getting here that it's not to say that they're doing something sneaky, okay? But this could be the challenge for the both of you because you're not seeing each other all the time, you know? For instance, long distance relationship, right? It's never easy because you don't see each other every day. You don't know what's going on, you know, with your person. So that's why the foundation for your marital connection should also be trust. That should be really, you know, part of it in any form of connections anyway. But yeah, I'm getting here too with a journey that, yeah, even if they're going somewhere, I feel that they would be letting you know as well, all right? Or would be telling you. That's more of like what I'm getting. And like what I said earlier, some of you might be marrying a person who also wanted to be away on their own, enjoying time alone, because you got that, right? So yeah. And some of you may actually have a hard time understanding it. Like, why don't you just bring me with you? Again, it's because some of you are going to be marrying a person who's very freedom loving. They're very independent. And it's their nature, okay? But it's not to say that they're cheating on you. So yeah, let's see what else. See? Withdrawal in reverse. This person really doesn't want to be away from you as much as possible or to be separated from you. Okay? But this could also be a sign that you are going to be marrying a person who just really wanted to take a break or to disconnect themselves, okay? Which is why I said earlier, now the withdrawal or the disconnection, it's not necessarily like physically withdrawing from you, but maybe they're a bit emotionally withdrawn or disconnected at times. And if that's the case, I won't be surprised if some of you might get suspicious because they're not telling you something, all right? Like, why are you emotionally disconnected? Are you not in love with me anymore? Are you seeing someone else? So, yeah. Like what I always say, I'll be very straightforward on this reading because I'll be telling you straightforward whatever it is that I'm seeing here. Although not all of you are going to be resonating with that, okay? But some of you will, in which you might be marrying a person who's a bit emotionally withdrawn or disconnected or is not really opening up that much. And this would actually make you really question, like, okay, so do you not love me anymore? Or are you tired of me or bored of me? Are you seeing someone else? I'm getting that too, okay? But I'll give it to you straight. So far, I'm not picking up that they're cheating on you. Okay, I would tell you, it would show in your cards that they are kind of like a player or somebody who just loves, flirting around, even if they're already committed or rather married to you. So yeah, let's see what else. And also, you got guilt. Yeah, Spirit is actually saying that this person, maybe they would be tempted, all right? Because again, it's only natural, especially if there's a guy, that it's only natural for men to appreciate beauty, okay? They're very visual, right? But I'm more of like hearing when I saw the guilt keyword that, yeah, they are scared. They're more of like scared. They don't want to be guilty for their action. Yeah. But if ever they're really going to be a bit tempted, in a way, and you found out about it or you got jealous, all right, at the end of the day, they would still find their way back to you. Because remember, you got the Six of Cups. Yeah. Then you got the Holiday. Oh my gosh. Enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. Oh, yeah, okay. This could be an advice for some of you, all right? Because what I actually heard earlier, some of you might actually think that your spouse is cheating, and that is because of they're lacking in passion or they're not as excited as before anymore, which is something that happens, to a lot of people anyway. Like, there's going to be instances where there's not that much, fire in your connection anymore. So maybe there is a message here with a holiday card that the both of you needed to spice up your marriage by going out together, spending more time together, going out on holiday or what. And again, there's something about travel, okay? There's really something about travel. So like what I said earlier, for some of you, you might be marrying a person who just really wanted to just go out by themselves or on their own, okay? And there are really indeed some people who are like that. But it's not to say that they don't want to be with you or they don't like you to be around them, but they just basically needed some space. Because I tell you, that kept on repeating. For someone who's checking out this pile, your future spouse is that kind of a person, okay? Like, I need some space, even though we're already married, okay? But I also needed my own space. Okay, so let's pull up more. Is your future spouse going to be a loyal or devoted partner? Yeah, somebody's really going to be anxious here, or this could be you. Anxiety is usually unnecessary worries or overthinking, okay? And that is probably because with a strategy card, maybe they would be doing some things that is sudden. That's more of like what I heard from Spirit, that they didn't tell you beforehand. And you're like, okay, so why is my person doing this? All of a sudden, my person left without telling me, where they're going, let's just say. Because I heard the word sudden, okay? And maybe this might leave you a little bit anxious or thinking that, oh, maybe, yeah, he's going to be meeting up with someone else, all right? Or he told me that he's just going to have a business meeting at this location, or maybe he's actually meeting up with this woman or this colleague of his. That's just an example, all right? Something that is an unplanned event or situation, okay, which would lead to some of you feeling anxious. And again, anxiety is overthinking, or someone who's restless, or usually unnecessary worries. Okay? Because, like what I said earlier, so far, I'm not picking up that they're indeed cheating behind your back. Okay? But some of you could be a bit of an overthinker, all right? Or could be a little bit anxious. All right, let's see what else. Is your future spouse the loyal type or a devoted partner? Look at that. Guilt. Oh my gosh. You got that with the withdrawal card earlier. Okay. So now with all of these three cards, I feel your future spouse is actually somebody who's really not wanting to do something that would cause you harm. Otherwise, they would really be feeling guilty, because I keep on hearing somebody's actually saying, I could never forgive myself if ever I'm going to be cheating on you or hurting you like that. That's what I heard. Yeah, I could never forgive myself. I heard someone saying that, okay? So that's why I feel that the fact that they are easily, gets guilty, that's a sign that they're afraid of losing you because you got that message earlier. So, yeah, this is a sign that they're still going to be so dedicated or devoted towards you, okay? Because like what I said earlier, they are aware that if they ever try to cheat on you, or not be loyal towards you, that they would lose you completely, okay? And they know that they could never, take it back. That's what I got, all right? And if this came out in reverse, that's a sign of a person who's not compassionate. That's a sign of a person who doesn't consider your own feelings. So to see this guilt card, this is actually good, okay? This is actually good. Now, for some of you, let's be very straightforward. Let's just say that yes, they might actually flirt with someone, not necessarily be in an affair with that person. It would really make them feel guilty, okay? It would really make them feel guilty. And this would, bring them so much anxiety. That's what I got for some of you, all right? But at the end of the day, they would still find their way towards you. And that's why I got the forgiving and learning, all right? So, but that could just be for a very few of you, all right? Because again, I will give it to you straight. Some of you, they might actually not necessarily cheat or have it's still cheating, but I'm more of like picking up that they're not really going to be having like a serious affair, like having a relationship with that person, but maybe flirting, all right? Which would make them feel guilty. Okay, all right, let's see, what else? But for a lot of you, honestly, I'm not getting that. I'm not really getting that they're the cheating type, okay? I'm not really picking that up. See? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, because you got the Lily card. Look at that, an old couple still staying together, strong. Staying strong together. There you go. They would be seeing you as their forever person. They wanted to spend the rest of their life with you. They wanted to grow old with you. Isn't that a sign of devotion or dedication? Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. I am freaking blown away by this. So there you go. They wanted to spend the rest of their life with you. They wanted to grow old with you. So that's why they really don't want to be apart from you. Okay? Love this. And that's why I heard you're only the person that they see, or you're the only one that I see. That's what I heard earlier, I believe. Yeah. The only one for me. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. What else? Let's try this deck. What else, Spirit? What else can you add to this? Okay. All right. So Spirit is actually saying here that as time goes by, there would be progress in your connection, which is good. The only thing that I noticed earlier, but this is something that normally happens. It doesn't happen for everybody, of course, for every married couple, but it's not something unusual either, where there would be moments or instances where you feel bored towards each other, there's lack in passion and all that. Yeah. And that's for very few of you, maybe, or for others of you. But for others of you, they're really showing me here that the connection between you and your future spouse are going to be improving more and more as years go by. That's great. I love that. Okay. Yes, there would be some challenges because I'm drawn to the mountain over there, or obstacles. And mountain can also be, related to obstacles or challenges. And you got the challenges card. But I feel that both of you are still going to be staying strong together, no matter what. Okay? No matter what. Okay, let's see. See, I cannot make this up. There's progression. There's actually a lot of things that you and your future spouse are going to be learning from each other as years go by, okay? And then it says expansion, so growth, right? Wow, beautiful. And I'm drawn to the hot air balloon. So there's really something about travel here. So either your future spouse is always going to be away, and even if this is actually you who needed to be away, that could be the reason why some of you might get suspicious because they're not seeing each other every single day. Because there's a lot of cards around travel too. You even got the journey card, right? And hot air balloon is definitely, talking about travel. So if you guys are apart, even if you're married to each other, whether it's because of work or what, I feel that the both of you would still remain faithful or loyal towards each other because of, I keep on hearing earlier that they really don't want to completely lose you, okay? Remember the withdrawal card in reverse? So there you go. They don't want to be apart from you completely. So, yeah. And again, there's going to be a lot of growth in your connection as years go by. That's exactly what I was just talking about when I saw this card. So, yeah. See this expansion keyword. There you go. Yeah. All right. And even if there would be some hiccups in your connection, the both of you will have a rebirth, with a new face. Like starting all over again is actually what I heard. Starting all over again. And I heard growing together, not growing apart from each other. How beautiful is that? I heard that just now. Growing together and not growing apart from each other. Are you freaking kidding me? Now it makes sense. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okie dokie. Now it makes sense why there's a lot of travel cards, because you got the long distance relationship. So yeah. So either it's because of your future spouse is going to be away all the time. For instance, this is a really great example. They could be working for the military, so they're apart from you. All right. And yeah, LDR or long distance relationship is not easy for sure. And it's not a surprise that there would be trust issues because you're not seeing each other every single day. All right. So with this, card over here, some of you might, really marry a future spouse that's going to be away all the time, or there's going to be distance between the both of you. And if that's the case, like what I always say, and this is based on studies, actually, it's not the distance that kills a relationship. It's lack of openness, honesty, transparency, or communication. Remember that. For those who would resonate that you'll be marrying a person who's apart from you all the time, or there's distance between the both of you, trust is really very important in any form of relationship or connection anyway, and communication. Okay? Constant communication. There you go. All right. Let's see what else. That makes sense why there's a lot of journey cards. So some of you really are going to be marrying someone who's always away all the time. Ah, oh my gosh. Wow, what a very beautiful card to get, group number 2. You got the vow. This is a clear sign that they're really going to be so committed towards you and devoted towards you. Marital vows, till death do us part. They would live up to their promise, okay? Wow, and look at that, wedding rings. A sign of commitment, okay? Oh my gosh, till death do us part. No wonder we see here an old couple together, still together, staying strong together. See, I told you, group number 2. Honestly, for a lot of you, I'm not really picking up that your future spouse is a serial cheater, someone who loves to cheat all the time, or somebody who is a philanderer or what. No, I'm not really seeing that. Okay, so let's clear the table because I wanted to pull up what else would you love? Okay, what else would you like? On top of, at least we've seen so far that they're really going to be also dedicated towards you. Let's try to find out what else would you like about them. Okay, what else would you like about your future spouse? Let's get at least 6 cards. They're very creative. Oh my gosh. Okay. Talk about communication. Well, this is good that they're really going to be so communicative towards you. Okay. They would tell you. There's only a few of you in which, because this is a general reading still, there's only a few of you in which they're showing me earlier based on the cards that they're really emotionally disconnected or a bit detached. Okay. Yeah. But for some of you, you're going to be marrying a person who's very communicative. Okay. Very straightforward. Or who doesn't have any trouble expressing or communicating. You would love the fact that they're very fit, okay? They take good care of their body. What else? What else would you like about your future spouse? They're very healing for you, okay? And that they're open-minded, okay? Nice. Let's get one more. Woo! And they're drama-free. So these are just extra things that you would love about your future spouse. Now, let's get a message for you using the Soulmate deck. Okay, that was fast. Oh, group number 1 got this card. Interesting. Love is the expression of God or goddess flowing through you. Love is a sacred union, a great creative power, which through the merging of 2 souls becomes an exploration of the divine. Let me bring it closer to the camera. There you go. Wow. Alrighty, there you go. Pile number 2. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. And as usual, I'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Love and light. Hello there, pile number 3. If we chose the pink Thulite bracelet, then this is your reading. Let's go ahead and find out from Spirit. Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective we chose, group number 3. Six of Cups. Then you got here 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Swords. Wow, very straightforward. I love this already. 9 of Swords. Okay. Then he got 7 of Swords in reverse. Beautiful. 7 of Cups. Okay. And then you got the Hermit as well. Okay. Let's actually start off with signs. I'm getting here water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, whether that's you or your future spouse may have those signs somewhere in their chart. And then I'm seeing here a lot of air signs as well. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Again, that can be you or your future spouse. And then I'm seeing here Virgo, if it's actually Earth. So group number 3. Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? Yes. And I'll tell you why. Because based on these cards, they're clearly showing me here that your future spouse is somebody who's very straightforward, somebody's very honest or open, okay? You even got the Ace of Swords, which is all about truth or clarity. And it's good to see that the Seven of Swords is actually in reverse. If it's in upright, it is a card of cheating, betrayal, somebody's wearing a mask, somebody's sneaky or hiding something. So this is a very straightforward response or confirmation from Spirit that your future spouse is not the cheating type. Your future spouse is really going to be so loyal and open and honest towards you. Although I'm actually hearing that some of you might be a little bit suspicious as well, because you got the Nine of Swords. Somebody's going to be overthinking. And Spirit is actually saying it could be the viewer for sure. And that's because of your future spouse may actually have several options. So even if you're already married, okay, you know that your future spouse naturally gets a lot of attention as well, or admiration from many people, okay? And I'm even getting here that there could be a past person trying to get in the way, which is weird. I actually got this message for one of the groups. I forgot if it's pile 1 or 2. But it may actually stir up some jealousy, okay? Not necessarily an ex. It could just be a friend, okay? I'm hearing that, like a friend might actually get in the way of this connection, even though you're already married, or it could stir up jealousy. But I tell you, group number 3, your future spouse is going to be so open and honest with you. And like what I said, this is my very powerful confirmation that they are not the cheating type, okay? And then another message that came through is that some of you might actually feel a little bit confused because your future spouse may want to withdraw at times. Hermit is a card of withdrawal as well, or isolation, where somebody wanted to spend some time alone or to be away from everybody else, which is weird again. I got this energy or message for all of the groups, okay? So somebody might be checking all 3 groups, and that's perfectly fine. So, for whoever this is for, your future spouse is somebody who also enjoys solitude or time alone. And it may actually cause some of you to overthink with the Nine of Swords. Like, okay, so why do you want to be alone? Are you meeting someone behind my back or meeting someone else secretly? Are you cheating on me? All right. But you got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is also an illusion card. So be mindful about that since you got Seven of Cups and Nine of Swords. But since we got the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Swords in reverse, this is a clear sign from Spirit that it is not what it seems, okay? So even if they wanted to be away at times or wanted to be alone at times, it is not that they're cheating on you or they're actually hiding something from you, okay? Maybe this is actually just their nature, especially with a Hermit card where somebody really wanted to be away or wanted to be spending some time by themselves. And this is what I said for one of the groups who got the exact message. I actually know some people, this is not very common, but there are some married couples in which even if they're already married, right, they married a person who still wanted to be alone at times. Like, yeah, give me some space, or I just wanted to do things on my own, even though we're married, okay? And it's just a matter of respecting your spouse's decision, or this is who they really are. But as long as there's communication, especially got the Ace of Swords, then yeah, the both of you are going to be able to understand more about each other, all right? Or find a middle ground or to compromise, okay? But yeah, that's what I'm getting for some of you with a Hermit card here. But so far, it's very straightforward. They're not the cheating type, okay? Which means that they're going to be loyal or devoted towards you. And also with the Six of Cups, what I actually heard from Spirit is that, well, one, some of you may actually marry a soulmate, by the way, or somebody from your past life. But like what I heard earlier, there could be, somebody who's kind of like trying to return, and this may actually stir up some jealousy, okay? Yeah, not necessarily an ex, but it could be, for instance, a friend, and maybe at one point you got jealous over this person's friend or your future spouse's friend, okay? But yeah, I'm also picking that up, okay? So anyway, let's move on to the next set of cards. Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? Okay, you got money. Sun. Wow. Okay. Then, new supportive connections, decrease and reverse, and honoring path. Okay. All right. Let's actually fix the cards first so you can actually see all of it. Okay. Because there's so many cards that fell. There you go. Very straightforward again from Spirit, you guys. So for a lot of you, pile number 3 or group number 3, you will be marrying a person who's very popular, okay? They're well recognized. They get a lot of attention. Look at this lady at the podium, okay? There's a lot of people clapping or applauding this woman on the stage or podium. So this is a sign that they are very well liked or well admired by many people. And I got that message as well for one of the groups, okay? So don't be surprised if your future spouse is somebody who's somewhat popular or who gets a lot of attention or flattery, compliments from people around them. And that's because of either how good they are in what they do, okay? Because there's something about work. I noticed that even with the money, and then something about talents. So yeah, they could be in the public eye. That's also what I got earlier. And they naturally, gravitate people towards them. They're very magnetic too. But it's not to say that they're not the loyal type, okay? So even if they're getting a lot of attention from either men or women, you can switch roles, all right? They're still going to be so loyal or devoted towards you. I'm even drawn to the Sun card. Sun is also talking about optimism, okay? So I'm drawn to the solar plexus chakra, which is also related to confidence. So what I actually heard from Spirit is that you would still be feeling optimistic or confident that despite of the attention that they're getting from so many people, okay, even if they're meeting someone new at their work, because you got this new supportive connection, it's not to say that they're really going to be replacing you or they would be cheating on you. So you would feel assured, you would be feeling confident, or this person or your future spouse would make you feel that way. They would actually make you feel confident that, hey, I'm just loyal towards you, even if I'm dealing with so many people here and there, even if I'm going to be meeting a new person, all right? Because you got the decrease card in reverse. This is also a sign that even if you guys are going to get married or be married rather for instance, 40 years, or you're already married for over 40 years or what, their love for you would never decrease. It would remain the same. Okay? So this is very beautiful, very straightforward from Spirit. I won't be surprised really if, yes, they have to actually be with people or be around people, and that's just because of the work that they do. Okay? Especially got this money card. Wow, I love this. Very straightforward again from Spirit. So that is beautiful, you guys. Let's put it here. Okay. Let's move on to the next set of cards. Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? I also heard, by the way, oh wow, this is very specific. I also heard right now from Spirit that the both of you are going to be so loyal. Not just them, but it's also you. And that's also because of the both of you are always going to be together, enjoying time together, doing things together. Yeah, I really got that very strongly for some of you guys, okay? What else? See, you got quieting the mind. Group 1 got this, I believe. So this is a clear sign again from Spirit that you can quiet your mind, all right? Because you got the Nine of Swords earlier. This is a sign that you don't have to worry, okay? You don't have to worry. You don't have to kind of like be anxious all the time or to have a lot of questions on your mind that, oh, maybe my person is actually talking to someone behind my back or meeting someone in secret, right? You can quiet your mind, and that is because they would be making you feel secure or confident yourself. That, hey, I'm not cheating, okay? Yes, I'm surrounded with so many people, and it's only because of the work that I do, or even if they're actually very attractive people, I tell you, group number 3, they're just fixated towards you, okay? And I also tell you, because that's what kept on repeating from Spirit, that they would make you feel secure. Either they would let you know, because I tell you, group number 3, you would be marrying a spouse or a person who's very straightforward, okay? They would give it to you straight. And they would be making you feel so confident that, hey, I am not cheating. I am not doing something behind your back. Remember the 7 of Swords in reverse? And this would actually make you feel at peace. And finally, your mind is at rest, okay? Because if you're actually in the 9 of Swords, because you got that card earlier, where was that card? Hold up. Yeah, there you go. You have a lot of questions in your mind, right? You have a lot of questions in your mind. You have the tendency to overanalyze or overthink. So to see this quieting the mind, this is a really beautiful card to get, that you would feel assured, you would be feeling safe, that they're not doing anything sneaky, okay? All right, let's try to pull up another set. What else, Spirit? Is your future spouse a faithful, loyal, devoted partner? Spy. Ooh. Alrighty. So some of you might be doing this, all right? Oh, gosh. Not for all of you, though. Then you got the SEX in reverse, okay? So what I actually heard from Spirit is that somebody's watching pile number 3. You could be a bit suspicious, all right? And you know what I actually heard, especially with the 7 of Swords as well earlier? Spirit is actually saying that somebody's watching pile number 3. You and your future spouse were cheated before. You share the same story or similar experience. So the fact that they were also betrayed before or cheated before, this is also telling me that, of course, they won't be doing the same things, all right? They know what it feels, or they know what it feels like to be cheated or to be betrayed. And in fact, I'm even getting here that both of you are really going to be so cautious with a spy card, okay? So it's not just you, but it's also them. Because Spirit is saying that right now, all right? And so I feel as well that not just you who's going to be doing your research, like, okay, is my future spouse doing something behind my back? Let me do my PI work here. I feel that they're also doing that. Because that's what I heard for some of you, especially for those who would resonate with both of you were cheated before, okay? And then you got the SEX in reverse. So this is a sign, well, one, that they're not the type who just really enjoys flirting around, having one night stands, or having shallow connections or partnerships, okay? And that they're really going to be more of like connected towards you, because if it's an upright, it's a card of disconnection. It's also a card of somebody is feeling that there's something missing in the relationship or in the connection. So I love the fact that this came out in reverse, which is a sign that both of you are really going to be feeling fulfilled, okay? Although there would be instances, of course, in which some of you might get a little bit suspicious that you have to do your PI, private investigation work, because you got the spy card. And that's perhaps because of, again, your future spouse is also very attractive. They work with a lot of people, or they deal with a lot of people, okay? So, yeah. Wow. Both of you are very attractive, by the way, because I'm drawn to the image of these two people over here. Yeah, very attractive. Okay? So, yeah, let's move on to the next set of cards now. Let's see what else. I'm hearing Andrea. Yeah, that was so strong. I heard Andrea right now. Is your future spouse a loyal, devoted, faithful partner? Okay. Ah, yeah. So there's really something about them being the unique individual that they are. There's something unique about your future spouse, especially got the Hermit card earlier. So this is exactly what I was just talking about, where somebody who's watching this pile number 3 reading, your future spouse is very unique, there are times really that they wanted to disengage or to break away, not because of they're bored with you or they don't want to be spending some time with you, but this is a person could be very freedom loving, okay, or independent. So it's not to say that they lost interest in you, because you got this SEX card in reverse. So this could be part of the challenge, which is why some of you might suspect or try to spy, okay, what's going on with my future spouse? Is he or she losing interest in me because they wanted to be alone, or they wanted to disengage for a little bit, or to be, spending some time by themselves? Because remember the Hermit card, right? But it's just that they're very unique individuals, all right? There's something unique about your future spouse. But I tell you, since we've seen so many direct cards earlier that they're not the cheating type, you can feel assured as early as now, all right, that they're not that kind. Although I tell you, you might suspect a little bit, or there are times that you would be a little bit suspicious, and that's because of some of their behaviors or habits, okay? Yeah, that's what I got. Anyway, let's move on to the next. What else? Aw, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Your future spouse is somebody who's really going to be so devoted, for sure, or protective of you, okay? There could be external factors, because that's what I got at the very beginning. So honestly, for pile number 3, I'm not really picking up so many challenges between the both of you, okay? But there could be other people, because I noticed you have a lot of people cards. Yeah. And again, it had nothing to do with your future spouse, openly or secretly flirting with these people. But it could be that the people around you guys are stirring up some drama, okay? Because earlier I picked up a very specific message from Spirit that there could be a friend, or maybe even a person from the past that could kind of like cause some sort of like disharmony in your connection or what. So yeah, be mindful about that, pile number 3, okay? Because honestly, I'm not really picking up any major issues of your future spouse is a serial cheater, or somebody who loves to flirt all the time with so many people, or these people that we've seen in your cards now, all right? In fact, they're really going to be so straightforward with you and would be letting you know to ease your mind, is actually what I heard from Spirit. And then, with the 7 of Wands, they're really going to be showing signs of devotion to you, because they're willing to fight for this connection. They're willing to fight for you. They're willing to make things last. Because Seven of Wands is an endurance card as well. That's a sign of commitment, right? The fact that they don't want to give up on you, they don't want to give up on this connection. And they're ready to fight for this and to protect the connection as well. Wow. Love this. Let's see what else. Let's pull up 3 cards from this deck. Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? Oh my gosh. Beautiful. This is what I actually said earlier. For some of you, you guys are always together. You guys are always together, doing things together all the time. Okay? You're inseparable. Okay? I love this. And you are each other's allies. How beautiful is that? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, you saw me shuffle, right? And one of the groups got this card, which had something to do with their future spouse loves, spending time alone, which may actually cause a little bit of, some triggers, all right? Especially for the viewer. Like, why do you want to be alone, all right? You don't want to be with me? Are you doing something else in secret? No, okay? Because somebody's watching pile number 3, actually for all of the 3 groups, because that message actually appeared in all 3 groups, where they're going to be marrying a person who's like the hermit, They wanted to detach for a little bit. They enjoy spending time alone. And like what I said in one of the groups, I know some people who are doing that. It may be the first time you've heard something about it, but it's not very unusual. Okay? I tell you that. In fact, I know somebody or many people who are like that, in which they married a spouse who really wanted to enjoy, spending some time alone. Okay? In fact, let me share this real quick. This person married an Aquarius, okay? And Aquarius people, they're actually very freedom loving, okay? They really don't like it if a person is super clingy or needy. I tell you that. One way to irritate an Aquarius, be clingy or needy, okay? Because they really don't like that. They're very freedom loving individuals. And so she married an Aquarius, and at first, one of their challenges at the beginning stages of their, marital connection is that they have arguments around him wanting to do some things on his own, okay? Either camping, by himself. And so she's like, okay, you don't want to be with me? What's going on here? Like, why don't you take me with you? So there you go. There are some people who are like that. I know another person who's also like that. They're married, but this woman, and this time it's a woman, she just really wanted to be alone at times, and her husband couldn't understand her at first. Like, what the heck is this? We're married already. Why is it that you wanted to have your own place? So that sounds odd, right? Or strange. But yeah, there are some people who are like that. That's why I got the individuality card. All right, so be mindful about that, because I cannot make this up. Look at this. Time alone. And group 1 got this, I believe. If it's not group 1, it's group 2. I forgot. But yeah, somebody's watching this pile as well. You would be marrying a person who's like that. But it's not to say that they lost interest in you, they don't find you desirable anymore, all right, or that they're cheating. No, it's just that they also enjoy solitude, even though you guys are already married, okay? And yeah, with this in reverse, this is a sign that even though they may have other options or they're getting a lot of attention from people, they're only choosing you, okay? Your future spouse is really decided to be with you and with you only, okay? And then you got the Crew card. So this is a great card to get, where the both of you really have this strong partnership. Either it's also because of you're working together as one team, or, teamwork makes the dream work, right? As one unit. And at the same time, maybe you guys are doing things together as well, because I really got that earlier for someone out there. All right. Like you're inseparable. You don't want to be separated from each other, especially with this image of two separate roads. That's how I'm going to be reading this as well. You both are inseparable. So I'm going to take what applies. Let's pull up more. I'm hearing Denise right now. Wow, there's so many names I noticed for pile number 3 as well. Okay. Oh, okay. Specific signs, by the way. I'm seeing here Libra, Capricorn, and Sagittarius. Well, another freedom-loving sign. Sagittarius, yeah. Okay, what is this? Very soon. You deserve love. Wow, beautiful. I love that. Let's pull up another one first. And healing connection. Okay. Well, this is a really beautiful partnership. Group number 3. Okay. With a very soon, your future spouse is somebody who's really going to be so straightforward with you. We've seen that already with the Ace of Swords, because Ace of Swords is all about truth, clarity, or even a communication card. And yeah, for any decision that they needed to make, they're really going to be letting you know. So there's something about openness, there's something about them not, deciding on their own for sure. Okay. Otherwise it would cause, some trouble, of course, in your marriage. So for any major decision or decision in their life, they're really going to be including you. That's part of the devotion or dedication that they have for you. And at the same time, they're going to be so open and honest about it, about their decisions, about, some things that they wanted to let you know. And then you got you deserve love, which is very beautiful. And again, with the Archer, straightforward. They're really going to be straight to the point. That kept on repeating. So that's why I won't be surprised that your future spouse is really going to be communicative as well, or really honest with you. Because you have a lot of cards around honesty, transparency, being straightforward. Even this Archer over here, they're really going to be, direct to the point if I'm going to be reading this intuitively, okay? And then they would really make you feel so worthy of love, all right? They know that you are deserving of love, and they know as well what it feels like. This is what I said earlier. I don't know who's this for, but your future spouse was also betrayed before or cheated before. So they know what it feels like, and they know that you don't deserve it as well, okay? And they don't deserve as well to be treated that way. So I feel that this connection is a healing one for the both of you, okay? To see this card over here, you are really going to be healing each other so much, okay? And this will help you and your future spouse to grow, to deepen the relationship even more, or to transform your lives together. Beautiful. Love this. Okay, what else? Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? Calling back. Okay. Sudden wealth. Okay. Fright. Wow. Okay. I'm hearing so many messages. Yeah. So I'll be reading this not as sudden wealth, okay? Because the way I actually also do my reading, I base it off on what I'm going to hear with every card that I'm going to be seeing. So what I actually heard with this, kind of like a slot machine or something, and then with the coins here, they feel as if that they won the jackpot rather with you, okay? So this is a sign that you are very precious to your future spouse. They know that they can't find anyone like you. That's what I got. So you are a prize to this person, okay? They feel lucky with a 777 They feel lucky to have you. So that's why they don't want to cheat. They don't want to replace you with anyone else. Okay? In fact, they're even scared of losing you. And that's why I got the calling back. They always wanted you to be with them. Okay? They always wanted to be with you. They don't want to be separated or apart from you. So losing you is their biggest fear. Wow. This is very straightforward. I love this. And I'm hearing Teresa right now. There's so many names. Wow. So many names, I notice. All right, let's pull up more. Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? But then again, with the calling back, I don't know. Okay, yeah, Spirit wanted me to go back. Hold up, you guys. I'm hearing a message. But this is already, yeah, mentioned earlier. Okay, so it's just a confirmation from Spirit that somebody's watching pile number 3. Some of you might actually get threatened. Because I keep on hearing the word threatened. That, ooh, oh my gosh, this person's coming back again. All right? Either a person from their past, okay? Maybe they're already friends, not necessarily that they're still in love with each other, all right? It could be that, or it could be a friend, because I keep on getting that. I noticed for pile number 3, the issue is more of like other people around you guys. It's not between the both of you. I tell you that. It can be other people. Either a person from their past, or a friend, okay? There's another person, but it's not because of their cheating, or they're cheating you, or they really wanted to get back with their ex, or what. But that could cause some sort of like, some issue or drama in your connection. So not for all of you, but be mindful about that, okay? All right, let's move on. Oh, yeah, you got Healer of the Ages. You got the healing connection. So this is a very beautiful partnership. You guys are really healing for each other. That's more of like what I heard. Okay? And even if there are some conflicts within your connection, which is very normal anyway, okay? I love the fact that both of you are willing to heal or repair the relationship. And this is an Ascendant Master. So, I tell you, this is divinely protected. Group number 3. That's what Spirit is saying right now. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Yeah. Fruition. And then wisdom. Ah, okay. I love this. Okay. Here's what Spirit is saying. Especially got the doubt. And I won't be surprised because you got the 9 of Swords. And that's for the viewer. So some of you might be really suspicious to the point that some of you might do your PI work because you got the spy card. You are really going to be doing your research like, maybe my person is doing something else, all right? Or maybe he or she and this person are, meeting up secretly or having an affair, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting here that all of your doubts will be erased because you got the healing, okay? It will be erased. Remember the sun card and the solar plexus chakra is glowing, okay? Your future spouse, since they're very straightforward, and they know that you might be the suspicious type, okay? They would try their very best to erase your doubt, okay? Or all of your doubts will be erased because the fact that they're very honest or straightforward with you. They would let you know with a wisdom card, okay? They would let you know. You would be informed at all times. That's more of like what I'm hearing with the doubt and the wisdom card. So all of your, doubts or questions will be erased. Especially got the quieting the mind. I won't be surprised, pile number 3, if some of you chose this pile. You love to overthink. You may have air in your chart, okay? It could be the viewer who has air in their chart. But I tell you, all of your doubts will be released. Your mind will be at ease or at peace. And that's because, like what I said over and over, they're really going to be so direct towards you, open and honest towards you, okay? They would let you know with the wisdom card. They would inform you. And then with a harvest moon or fruition card, I heard 2 messages. Your future spouse is really going to be putting in a lot of hard work into this connection. They're really invested in you. And at the same time, there's something about patience too, okay? Yeah. Whether it's also both of you are going to be exercising patience in this connection. And then I also heard that as time goes by, your connection is growing and growing. All right. That's what I got with this fruition. Something about growth or expansion. That's what I got. All right. So let's actually pull up another set of cards. What else? Is your future spouse the loyal, faithful type or a devoted partner? Action. Ghostland. See, something about the past. Oh my gosh. Are you freaking kidding me? That kept on repeating. Well, yeah, he got the 6 of Cups at the very start of the reading, I believe. Yeah. Someone from the past is returning, okay? And again, that's not for all of you, but somebody's watching pile number 3 might get triggered, okay? Because there's someone from this person's past who's going to return. But it's not to say that they're interested to get back to that person or to be with that person, okay? For some of you, even, they're not in a relationship with that person before. It's not an ex. But it can just be a person who's kind of like stirring up drama in your connection, okay? I even heard earlier a friend, okay? But somebody might actually kind of like get triggered. No wonder you have a lot of cards around healing. So this is a very healing connection for the both of you, where some unhealed triggers may resurface, okay? I tell you that. Especially if one of you may have trust issues or both of you have trust issues. But both of you are really going to be healing that together, okay? And like what I said, I'm also hearing very strongly from Spirit that before they also do something or before they actually take action, this is actually a person who's really going to be thinking about it over and over, all right? They're not the type who's just going to be, yeah, doing something and then later on regretting it, okay? Yeah, they're very disciplined people. They're very mature. That's what I got from Spirit as well. All right, let's try to pull up this card. Oh my gosh, you got the garden and it says fame. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, I am blown away by this. Didn't I say that earlier? That some of you would be marrying a person or future spouse who's popular. So no wonder there are so many people in your connection. Even got this people card. So yeah. Alrighty. So, not for all of you, but some of you would be definitely marrying a person who's famous. Okay? Not necessarily celebrity famous, okay? But yeah, they could be in the public eye, okay? Because it says public too, all right? And there's a lot of people there, right? They could be, popular in their social media, whatever, all right? But they're dealing with so many people. I said that at the very start. So this is my powerful confirmation from Spirit. But despite of them getting so much attention, admiration, compliments, flattery, flirtation from other people, I tell you, and you know me, how blunt I am, they're just fixated towards you, okay? They're not going to be easily distracted. And you know why? Because Spirit wanted me to bring up these 2 cards around a person meditating. when you're meditating, okay, so for those who are meditating, just like me, you have to be in a quiet space, right? And no distraction. So there you go. Even though there are temptations, there's a lot of people trying to grab their attention, shower them with attention or what. I tell you, it's like they're just closing their eyes. They're not looking, they're not listening. That's what Spirit is showing me. His Spirit wanted me to bring up these two cards where there's a person meditating. And I heard the word distraction. So, even though there are distractions or there would be, you know, some distractions, I tell you, group number 3, they don't get easily distracted, okay? And that's a sign of their loyalty towards you. Because remember, you got the 7 of Swords in reverse. And yeah, and again, it makes sense why some of you might get jealous, because some of you are definitely going to be marrying a person who is surrounded by so many people or who are popular. They could be very attractive. Yeah. And it says famous. Yeah. Audience. Woo. Okay. So yeah, I feel that, you know, somebody's watching pile number 3. Your person is very famous. Yeah. It could be in the entertainment field. I don't know. I'm just suddenly getting that. Or they're in the public eye. Okay. And so obviously, if they're in the public eye, it's not unusual for them to be, you know, getting a lot of people, you know, other people's attention, right? Especially with the work that they do. But anyway, let's see what else. Oh, okay. There you go. Oh my gosh. So there could be some issues around priority, especially something about work. Okay. That could be, you know, the trigger for some of you, which might cause some of you to be jealous. All right. Like, is your work important? That could be the third party. If it's not necessarily other people, that could be where the jealousy is coming from. Like, is your work more important than me? I'm hearing somebody saying that, okay? But it's not to say that they're cheating on you, okay? They would still be very devoted towards you. It's just that maybe you're going to be marrying, for some of you, you're going to be marrying a person who's very devoted to their work. But it's not to say that you're not important to them, okay? So maybe this is something that the both of you really needed to work out on, okay? To make sure that both of you are going to be also working out on balance, okay? Or this person or your future spouse. And then I heard that both of you really share the same or similar experience, okay? Yeah, I really got that. So if you were betrayed before or cheated before, they too felt the same way or they experienced the same kind of situation. All right. I really got that again. So anyway, let's see what else. See? So despite of any challenges in your marriage, because again, like what I said over and over, there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. There would be hiccups. There would be storms. But you got the hammer. And it says persistent, working on it, repairing. Isn't that a sign of devotion or commitment? Because if you're committed to a partner, to a person, you would do everything, right? You're willing to make things work. You're willing to bend a little bit. You're willing to compromise. You're willing to work or repair or heal the relationship. Isn't that a sign that your future spouse is somebody who's going to be devoted or committed still towards you? Okay? So this is a very beautiful card to get. And even if there would be other factors, yeah, because I'm really getting here, somebody might try to sabotage your connection. So be mindful about that. And Spirit is actually saying external factors. So yeah. But I feel that that's the reason why when I saw the 7 of Wands earlier, your future spouse is really going to be so protective of you and the connection, okay? And not allowing other people to sabotage this relationship or this marriage. Whether it's family members, relatives, friends, yeah. So this is a very beautiful card to get, that they're really willing to work on this relationship for any challenges that you will be experiencing within your marriage, okay? Love this. Okay, what else? Is your future spouse a loyal, faithful, devoted partner? Oh, you got the surprise. All right. I'll be reading this intuitively, okay? And then, oh my gosh, wow. Very beautiful card to get as well. Pile number 3. We'll get to that later on. Let's start off with this. I'll be reading this intuitively. What I actually heard, because she's holding this gift box. And it's similar to the sudden wealth card. I tell you, group number 3, your future spouse would be viewing you as if you are a gift from the heaven. Okay? You're that precious. I keep on hearing that earlier. You're that precious to them. Some of them, they felt as if that they won the lottery. Remember the 7-7? Yeah, the sudden wealth card, and there's a slot machine. They felt as if that they won the lottery. And that's why they're really going to be so devoted to you, because they know that you're very unique, you're one of a kind, or you're a rare kind. That's what I got. If I'm going to be reading this intuitively, not because it's a surprise card, okay? But yeah, who knows? Maybe your person is also somebody who could be unpredictable at times, okay? But yeah, more like hearing that your future spouse is going to be really treasuring you or seeing you as a gift from the divine or from the heavens. Beautiful. And then you got the anchor card. This is a very beautiful card to get, because this is a sign that they really don't want to be apart from you. Because sailors or fishermen uses this, right? So that the boat would not be moving away or what. So they really wanted to be staying with you forever as much as possible. Anchor is a sign of stability, durability, something that is long lasting. So yeah, this is what they want with you. This is what you want both, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. And guess what? It says here, trust is the anchor of the relationship, steady and firm. See, I told you. There's trust in this relationship. I cannot make this up, pile number 3. And trust is one of the most important recipe for a successful partnership, especially marriage, okay? So yeah, because again, like what I said, they're straightforward with you, with the Ace of Swords. They're really going to be showing you the truth. And at the same time, if you can still remember, this card came out in reverse, which is the 7 of Swords. If it's an upright, it's a card of deception. It's a card of cheating and betrayal. So it came out in reverse earlier. And that's because there's trust between the both of you. Wow, I love this reading for pile number 3. We're not done yet. I'm just going to be clearing the table, because let's find out more as to what you would like about your future spouse, on top of what we've discovered, that they're also going to be, loyal towards you or honest towards you. What else would group number 3 like about their future spouse? You have the longest reading, I noticed. Wow, 15 minutes. Oh, wow, they're very healthy or health conscious. What is this? Let's take a look. They're very witty. Are you freaking kidding me? Group 2 got this. Loyal, you saw me shuffle. I mean, come on. How straightforward is that? See? They're indeed loyal. Oh my gosh. You share telepathic connection, pile number 3. Wow. And the last 2, what is this? Oh, they are a high-valued man or woman. Beautiful. And they're very compassionate. I love this, pile number 3. I cannot make this up. You saw me shuffle. So, This reading is all about fidelity, being faithful, loyalty. So yes, they are loyal. They are indeed loyal. Alrighty, so let's get a message for you using the soulmate deck. Oh, you got 2 cards, okay. Hold up, you guys. Let me just put this away. Start off with this one. It says, you are a beautiful and sensitive soul. Love's objective is to help you remember who you truly are, an eternal being of light on a path to ever greater love. This is a message for you, pile number 3. Wow, very beautiful message to get. And then the other card that you got, oops, it says here, do not fear the current changes. All is happening in accordance with your divine plan. The current events are paving the way to a brighter future. Love illuminates all darkness. Remain positive and light. That's the message as well for you, pile number 3. Because, yeah, Spirit is actually saying, pile number 3, that you're either always in the 9 of Swords, okay? And 9 of Swords can also talk about fear. Yeah, let me go back to your cards. There you go. Right? So, this is a message really for you. With regards, whether you already know who your future spouse is or about your current situation, they wanted you to remain positive. Because Knight of Swords is a card of fear or unnecessary worries. Okay? So, there you go, pile number 3. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading as usual. And again, I'll see you next week. Bye, guys. I send you peace, love, and light.